Let's begin with the deadly school shooting incident in Tacloban City. Investigators said the two suspects allegedly planned the attack for more than a month. Screenshots of their online conversations and interviews conducted after their arrest showed that the two minors had been discussing plans for the attack as early as May 1. The Police Regional Office Eastern Visayas also said one of the suspects had been playing an online game with violent content prior to the shooting. The Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center has since ordered the temporary blocking of the game Gore Box following the incident. Meanwhile, Senator Risa Hontiveros will lead a Senate inquiry on July 1 into the fatal school shooting and the growing concern over online radicalization among children. Hontiveros said the hearing will examine whether online platforms play a role in exposing minors to violent content and spreading harmful ideologies. But of course, before we begin, we still extend our condolences to the family of the victim. Siyempre, these are young students, ano, na of course, we've seen also the reports na may isa doon na hero pa ang turing sa kanya, and sobrang sakit din makita for the parents, no, na makita mo na yes, natutuwa kami, ganun ang ugali ng anak namin, but where is he now? Diba? So, and then again, of course, tulad ng nabanggit natin, diba, yesterday, this sparked nga or reignited the conversation about the age of criminal liability, and the President himself is open to lowering the age of criminal liability as well as the PNP, and they're also open to, you know, regulating online games. PNP said na there are increasing incidents daw kasi of crimes involving children. That also we need to see, yung sinasabi niya, no, before we conclude or whatever it is that we want to talk about regarding this. But of course, aside from online game, there are different factors din naman talaga kasi that we should look into also, 'di ba? Let's not just single out a game. There may be a lot of, you know, influence doon sa game na 'yon, but there are also talks about mental health, peer pressure, bullying, etc. But kanina nga I was talking to the CIGG, no, sabi niya si Sir, I forgot his name, June, ano, sasabi niya about, I asked him kasi about kung meron na ba silang information about Gore Blocks prior to this incident. So sabi niya, we know, it's within our radar, itong Gore Box na ito. But kasi sabi niya, this is for 18 years old. This game kasi, you can spawn, no, or freely create characters, weapons, and vehicles, etc. Tapos talagang maraming mga gore. The word gore, no, yung mga violent feature doon. Pero sabi ko nga, kung nasa radar yun na yan, hindi nyo ba in-investigate din also na baka naman may mga underage na gumagamit nun. Diba? Ang Facebook nga maraming, diba, dapat 18 years old ka lang to use Facebook, pero ang dami rin gumagamit na under 18 years old. So, ang dami talagang dapat tignan in this case.
I mean, Cheska here, you know about video games, right? And some of them can get quite pretty graphic. So, I mean, what's the mental effect of that?
That's the thing. Okay, there is an entire generation that grew up playing Grand Theft Auto. Or Call of Duty, Warzone. All these games, yes, there is an element of violence. But, I mean, here in the Philippines, it's not in our culture. It's not.
This is not us.
This is not us. So this begs the question: what is happening to our values? What else is influencing our youth? Because many people play video games for recreation. It's their way of de-stressing, decompressing, having fun. But there are other factors to consider here. Unfortunately, we also have to think of the parents who will most likely be held liable. But there are also many incidents where parents will do everything right, and the child will still do the wrong thing. So this is why the investigation is so important, because we need to see where things went wrong. This is a parent's worst nightmare. We don't want to see this happen again. We've seen many discussions on we've seen many calls on lowering the criminal age of criminal liability. But again, backtrack to our values.
I guess this calls for heavier regulation also of these online games. Ano? If pang 18 years old lang talaga siya, dapat maybe the platform, the games themselves can have stricter, ano ba yun? When you sign
but
up?
it's so easy
totoo.
kasi to buy it on, like if I purchase games, okay, there's a warning, 18 and above.
Yun lang.
You don't need to like
But you
submit.
verify, like for example, if you play on console or PC, basta may mga accounts yan
So,
eh.
walang hinihingi na ID?
Meron,
to
parang-
make sure na 18 years old
Tagal
ka?
ko na kasi gumawa ng
Oo nga.
account. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
No, because like,
But
for example, in
you
Facebook,
input your
oo.
age.
Oo, yeah. You,
But you just
pero
manually
pwede
put
kang
it.
mag-lie
It's so easy
doon.
to
Yun na nga
lie.
That's what I'm pointing out kanina, di ba? You know, it's within your radar. Tapos, sabi niya, of course, parents also may responsibility, but we can only do so much as well. Kung alam nyo nang may ganyan, dapat tinitignan nyo rin kung merong may mga bata na gumagamit, di ba?
Kasi minors, of course, are very susceptible to whatever they see online, right?
Totoo.
They can't contextualize fully yet, unlike adults. Whatever they see, whatever they encounter in the digital space, may mga adults nga na, di ba, nabubudol pa rin ng misinformation, ng mga scams. So what more children who are exposed to these types of content? But going back to the discussion on lowering the age of criminal liability, so hati yung opinion dyan, ano? The president says he's open. The PNP also says maybe it's better to lower the age to 12 years old from 15. But there are still groups who advocate otherwise. They oppose this, just like the Juvenile Justice and Welfare Council. Last night on The Big Story, Attorney Tricia Oco was telling Cess, ano, na sometimes it could even create a snowball effect. If you lower the age of criminal liability, kasi ang mangyayari dyan, at a very young age, makikriminalize na yung bata.
Yes.
Feeling nila, ay ano ako, masama akong tao. And what happens is they will keep coming back and they will get incarcerated again dito sa criminal system natin. Ano? So for them, the focus should still be on rehabilitation, on intervention programs, and siguro dapat mas paigtingin na lang yung bahay pag-asa na meron tayo. Because
Yeah.
we have over 100 bahay pag-asas already all over the country. And maganda naman yung statistics nila. 96% of children who have gone through this intervention program
Na
have
rehabilitate.
successfully completed
Oo.
rehabilitation.
Yeah.
So baka dun dapat yung focus, no? And also talk about yung mental health, bullying, instead of lowering the age of criminal liability.
Well, it's good that you mentioned that because I was able to talk to her also, si Attorney Tricia Oco, no, ng Juvenile Justice Welfare Council. At pinoint out din niya na sabi niya, sige, if you are anchoring on that discussion na dapat babaan yung age criminal liability, sabi niya, she cited an example in Colorado before, in
Yeah,
1999, in Columbine High School. Sabi niya, wherein 2 students, senior high school there, massacred, no? Or killed 12 students, etc. No? Pero at that time, their age criminal liability is 10 years old. Was 10 years old at that time. So sabi niya ganun. So parang, we need to address the root cause of the problem, hindi lang basta dahil dun sa age. No? Because kasi especially tayo, yung kultura natin mga Pilipino, sinasabi natin na parang, tayo kasi madali tayong matakot. So pwedeng sabihin sa bata, sige, pag 10 years old ka, may ginawa ka na ito, makukulong ka kaagad. So parang, we are anchored dun sa fear lagi. So ang sinasabi ni Attorney Tricia dito is to, address the root problem. Dahil nga, ang daming po pwedeng mangyari. And of course, sinasabi naman din niya doon na kung hanyari, ikaw, I ask her kasi kung 15 years old ka, ngayon, di ba, itong bata na to, 15 years old ka, yung isa 14, anong mangyayari sa'yo? Sasampahan ka ng kaso. Tapos, let's say, for example, talagang yung ginawa ng krimen mo ay talagang karumal-dumal, heinous crime, di ba? Pwede kang patawan ng mga parusa, ng punishment ng sa adult, pero suspended yung sentence. No? Sentence suspension until 18 years old ka. Pero, during that time na nakasuspend yung sentence mo, nandoon ka sa bahay pag-asa, nire-rehabilitate ka. Then after that time that you reach 18 years old, re-evaluate nila yan. So pag na-re-evaluate nila na ginawa mo naman, sumunod ka, okay yung behavior mo, etc., na-rehabilitate ka, maaring hindi mo na i-serve yung sentence na yun. But, kung pangalawang offense mo na, etc., pwede ka nang makulong doon sa kulungan talaga.
And yun na din naman yung in-emphasize ni Senator Kiko Pangilinan, di ba? Na, because he was one of the authors of this Juvenile Justice and Welfare Act of 2006. Sabi niya, fake news naman na walang accountability ang minors if they commit crimes, especially heinous crimes. Meron pa ring detainment yan, yung they will be detained nga sa Bahay Pag-asa, involuntary confinement under court supervision. So meron pa ring process yan of understanding ano ba yung ginawa mo, yung consequences niyan. But I guess yun nga yung titignan din natin, if yun yung effective way, kasi of course kids nowadays are mature na rin, di ba? Yung kaya may point din nung did they act with discernment, naiintindihan ba nila yung ginagawa nila? But we also understand the point of other advocacy groups. Kasi nandun yung hope nila na hindi kaya pang rehabilitate yung mga
Kasi nga,
bata.
this law is anchored by restorative justice.
Yes.
Diba? Parang we do not abandon the children. But of course, we want to for them to take accountability as well.